Hey, so I'm going to be making a quick video on how to start a band. I've been playing in bands since I was 14 years old, and it's pretty much all I love to do. I just love to play music, I love to perform, and it's kind of cool to see where I've come from, where I remember starting a band when I was 14 years old, not really knowing what I was doing, and just starting to play shows, playing covers at bars for like 5 people. Nobody really cared. And then moving my way up to, slowly but surely moving my way up to bigger shows and playing with bands that I've admired since I was a kid. And it's just kind of really cool to see that progress. And I'd like to share what I've learned to you guys. For those of you musicians who are just starting out, and you're just starting to play guitar or bass, or you're starting to sing and you want to play in a band, I thought this would be a pretty cool video for you guys. So I made just a small list here on my phone. So the first thing is, obviously, if you want to start a band, you enjoy music. But do you want to jam for fun? Do you want to play music for fun? Do you just want to jam? Or is it more serious for you? Do you want to pursue a career out of it? This is a very important decision to make, because if you want to jam, if you just want to play music for fun, then it's probably better to find musicians who are rather more skillful. You want to find musicians for their skill rather than their musicianship or who they are as people. Whereas if you want to start a band and you're thinking of being serious and taking it somewhere, you want to go on the road, then you're going to want to take very careful consideration as to who you pick to be your band members, and skill should not be the #1 thing that you choose. It should be musicianship and who the people are, who the musician is going to be as a person to you, and if they fit with you, if they have the same chemistry as you do. So, I always value a musician for who they are and their level of dedication, how passionate they are, over their skill. When I first started playing in the band that I play in now, John's Last Ghost, my drummer didn't really know how to play drums, but I saw just how passionate and dedicated he is to be in this band, and also see the same vision as I have, to pursue this band as a career, as something more serious. His skill developed and evolved over time. So obviously you're gonna have to have a lot of patience with this. You definitely want to pick the right people. It's not the skill, it's the people. Because if you got to remember this: you're gonna be with your band, or the people you choose, for a very long time if you decide to make a career out of it. And so you guys got to be able to get along, or you're gonna just fuck the whole thing up. So that's very important. Number 2, where to look for. Okay, so where do I find musicians? Some people just don't know where to look, where to start. Craigslist is a great place to look for musicians. I've used Craigslist so many times for musicians, and you got to be patient with this one. It does take some trial and error. You got to audition people. A lot of people won't make the bill, and it's really important you pick just the right person. You can't just go, oh, this guy's pretty good, but I don't really like how he has a drinking problem and he drinks a lot. Okay, if that's a problem for you, you got to lay it down for him. Let him know, hey, this is not, if you want to drink, well, keep it out of the practice room. Don't drink at shows. You got to be professional about it. You got to let them know what your boundaries are and what you want out of it. And if they don't comply, you got to kick them out. Let's see, I just turned off my phone on accident. So Craigslist, be patient with it, but that's how I found my drummer, and he's fucking awesome. And I found many other musicians in the past through that. Social media, Facebook is a great place. Definitely advertise on your wall, or create a band page for yourself, for your band, because a lot of promoters and bars and venues like to go through Facebook to contact musicians. So that's definitely a great place. Ask friends and just audition as many people as you can before you make that final decision. So also, playing in other bands is also a really good idea if you're just starting out. If you want to start your own band and and this is the first time you're ever going to do it, I highly recommend you go on Craigslist, find a band within the genre that you want to play, maybe a cover band, go play in that band for a little while, go play a few shows with them, and see what it's like. Get a feel of the experience so that you're a little bit more comfortable with it, and you'll kind of be knowing what to do and how musicians cooperate with each other and interact with each other in the practice room, and how you write songs together, this and that. That's really that's how I started. So definitely, I would definitely recommend that. 3. What instruments do I need to start a band? Well, there are no rules with music. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's just a drummer and a guitar player. I mean, hey, White Stripes did it. Doesn't matter if you're a 3-piece band like Green Day, guitar, bass, and drums. Doesn't matter if you have 10 guitars, 1 bass, 1 drummer, or if you have a saxophone here, a piano there, this and that. It doesn't matter. Music is experimental, and this world needs. We really do need a lot more new experimental music to come out, because a lot of bands nowadays, they just start playing music and they just try to sound like their favorite punk band. And if you're planning to take this more on the serious side, you definitely want to be experimental and try to create something new. But again, it doesn't matter. My band, for example, I'm the guitar player and singer. My brother plays bass and does backup vocals, and then I have a drummer. So we're a trio. But it's really it's what you make of it. So if you can take what you have and make something great out of it, which you can, then it doesn't matter what instruments you have in the band. It's just whatever you want it to be. It's your vision. So you go with that. Okay, let's see here. Also, quality of instruments. I mean, when you first start out, it's okay if your equipment is really cheap and shitty. A lot of bands start out like that, and definitely the first thing I recommend doing when you start playing shows, when you start playing gigs, the money you make from your gigs, the first thing you should be investing it in is better equipment. But that's all for another video. When you're first starting out, don't worry about it. Just get playing. You want to get started. That's what's most important. You can worry about getting better instruments later. And you also, you want to get down your musicianship over the quality of your instruments first, in my opinion, but and my experience. Practice space. You guys definitely want to have a practice space where you're not bothering neighbors, because if you guys get cops called on you, you guys are fucked. You guys are not going to have a place to practice. So there are places where you can rent out spaces monthly, and that's a good option to do. I'm fortunate enough to be able to practice at my drummer's house, who lives in kind of a secluded area almost. So maybe ask a friend who has a garage that they don't mind letting you use. Maybe you can I don't know, give them free tickets to your next show if they let you practice at their house once a week or something like that. Don't be afraid to get creative and think outside of the box a little bit. There's always a way to practice, but it's super important that you get on a schedule and practice at least once a week. I prefer twice a week. 3 times is optimum, but it has to be consistent, because if you guys start skipping weeks and you think, oh, we're good enough, we don't have to practice for a while, wrong. You're actually the next time you come back in, a month later, you haven't practiced, you come back in thinking you guys got it down, you guys are gonna fucking suck. And believe me, I've done that before, where we wouldn't practice for a month and then go play a show and it's just fucking chaos. It sucks. Don't do it. Your brain will forget, even if you think you won't. It will forget certain chords and certain lyrics in the song. You guys got to practice regularly. It's got to be consistent. And the last thing is, should we play originals or covers? Well, if you're first starting out, again, I recommend playing your favorite songs that you know, so cover songs. And you can go to bars and play shows playing covers, and you'll get paid some money, maybe like $50 for a night, and that's cool. But if you definitely want to, again, take it serious and you want to make a career out of it, I recommend that after you guys jam for a while your favorite songs for a couple of months, and you get a feel of how the vibe is between you and your band members, and what you want your band to kind of sound like, then start writing originals together. It's probably going to suck when you first start writing. If you've never written songs before, it's going to fucking suck. Okay? That's just how it is. But that's part of the evolution of of music creation is you write an album, it sucks. The next album you write is even better. The album after that, it's phenomenal. It just keeps going, going, going. As long as you're consistent and you guys keep playing, you keep practicing and jamming, keep writing new songs, and over time your band will develop and create its own sound. And then you can go out there, go on the road, and all of that's going to be saved for another video. But that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say on how to start a band. If anybody has any questions, let me know. This is what I love to do, and I just love sharing this with you guys. And that's it. So have a good one, guys. Peace.